How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to show you what it's like to drive the all-new Tesla Model 3 Performance from a first-person point of view. Powered by two electric motors, it makes a combined output of 503 horsepower and 547 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60 drops from 3.2 seconds to 2.9 seconds compared to the old car. We've got an updated front and rear bumper, new headlights, and a very nice refreshed interior. An easy way to tell the new car from the old car is this much sharper front bumper, looks a lot less cartoonish. We also have these really sharp headlights. And then coming around to the side, we have new 20-inch wheels with staggered tires. We also have upgraded brakes with semi-metallic pads. And for the first time ever, we have adaptive suspension that you can control in the MMI system in a Tesla Model 3. Coming around to the rear of the vehicle, you'll notice it's got a very plaid-esque rear diffuser. It also has a plaid-esque logo that I'm kind of jealous of. That looks really nice. We also have cooler rear taillights and a nice little spoiler on the back. Inside of the new Model 3 Performance now, we've got a nice new steering wheel, similar setup to the old car, but check out how awesome these seats are. More bolstering, and I love that little logo in the middle of the seat. We also have ambient lighting for the first time in this car, which looks fantastic. The steering wheel is nice, and it has actual hard controls instead of those touch-sensitive buttons, which I wasn't a huge fan of. Got some storage space here, and in the rear of the car, we actually have a good amount of head and leg room. We've got a sunroof up there and a screen in the back. Heading over to the infotainment screen, we've got new acceleration modes. We've got chill, obviously self-explanatory, standard, and now we have insane mode. For the ride and handling for the first time, you can switch between standard and sport. You can change the steering weight as well, and there is even a track mode where you can switch between understeer and oversteer and also reduce the traction control settings. All right, guys, let's take it out for a spin. All right, behind the wheel of the new Model 3, to go forward, we swipe up and off we go. Now we're in chill mode right now. Standard on the suspension and light on the steering. That doesn't make sense for the canyons. Let's go into insane, sport, and heavy, and then we will switch it into track mode in a second. Oh yeah, that pulls. I am very curious, the driving dynamics compared to the old car. Let's see how the grip levels are. It feels like it's gonna allow you to slip a bit more and have less understeer, which is nice. Honestly, feels like it's just limited by the tires. If you put some Cup 2s on this, which would be a little ridiculous in a Model 3 Performance, you'd get a lot more grip out of the car. But man, it's nice, it's easy to drive, and it's really confidence inspiring. It doesn't have a lot of feedback, but I wasn't expecting it to. But the dynamics are nice. Let's go ahead and put it into park. You have to go into park in order to put it into track mode, because I think they don't want you to accidentally put it into a drift preset and then crash the car immediately. But now that we are in race mode, let's see if we get a little bit more slip, a little bit more playful. It's gonna help with the cooling of the electric motors. And then I can feel it's got more brake regeneration, so it's slowing down easier. Wow, this thing is quick. I feel like the old Model 3 Performance would die out speed-wise after about 50 miles an hour, and this pulls to a much higher degree. Wow, I'm impressed. This handles really well, and it's fun to drive. Oh. Now, braking-wise, it's better, but it's definitely not an M4 competition. And, you know, a lot of people say the Model 3 is the M killer. It's a totally different type of experience. Obviously, this is going to be a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more relaxing. And then the M3 and M4 is gonna be more exciting. But you've got a cheaper car that accelerates just as fast, if not faster. It's just a different buyer, right? But obviously the acceleration statistics are pretty darn similar, and the price point is impressive. So let's go ahead and take it out of race mode, go back to dynamics, take it out of track mode. Now we're just in insane mode, and let's go ahead once we get to a straightaway and punch it from a standstill to see what this thing is like from 0 to 60 miles an hour. All right. And off we go. Oh, that pulls. Wow. Yeah, that is really impressive. It really is like a baby Plaid in many ways, and I actually really love the ambient lighting curvature. It creates this cockpit-like vibe that is really cool, and it feels small. It's actually surprisingly nimble, and you feel like you're in this kind of performance-inspired cockpit. The steering wheel feels great in your hands. The visibility is fantastic because the dash is nice and low, and it's just an easy car to drive. If we go ahead and put it into chill mode, standard, and light, things just get so easy. Special thanks to the owner of this car for making it possible. Got his Instagram in the description below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I very much enjoyed driving this car. I wasn't sure what to expect, and I like it a lot more than I was thinking I was going to. And it's just easy. And then you can do autopilot if you're in traffic. Simple as that. There's less road noise too. Honestly, I was expecting there to be less insulation, and they did a really good job of making it quiet in here, despite the fact that you can't hear an engine to mask any of the rocks or any of the wind noise or the tire noise. Usually electric cars are a little bit louder in terms of the exterior environment because you're not used to having no engine. But in this case, it's very well insulated. Obviously, they're gonna try to make it lighter weight with less insulation so that the range is better. 328 miles is very impressive. But let's go ahead and put it back into insane and do another 0 to 60. Oof. The grip is so impressive off the line. I know it's all-wheel drive, but there was no slip or drama whatsoever, and it just smacks off the line with really impressive acceleration. Wow. All right, guys. See you next video.